Okay, it is 9:37 a.m. I had one trade. I was barely in this stock. I was in the stock for 13 seconds because I didn't like the way it did the jump. The price action was kind of iffy, but I also think I had the wrong amount of shares. Now, normally because I'm trying a $15 risk level, that's my current dollar risk level for OTC setups. If it trades with a really wide spread, then I lower it to 7,500 or just half of whatever my dollar risk level is. And if it's really bad, then I lower it again, and I traded 3,500 shares. That might have been a little too small of a position if I'm trying to stick to that $15 risk level here, which was the goal. And I'll see how off I was, but I was in SYSX for a morning panic bounce play. It had a drop. I guess you can't really count the wick here, but it did drop from the 41 level as low as 37, and it broke the trend line. VWAP wasn't too close to the bottom of the panic, and there was also support showing up at the bid, and there were lots of nice green prints hitting the ask, so it was looking like it was going to break past the level here, and it did it. I got in at 935 at 378, which is right here. I got in right here. And what happened was is that I don't really like it when it does it, but this one just shot up all the way and it broke past VWAP immediately. And whenever a stock does that, I immediately want to sell. Even if it continues the uptrend, I just don't like when a stock does that, because if it just makes a quick move to VWAP just like that very quickly, it makes me feel like it's going to also head back under just as quickly and maybe even return to the day low or try to break it and downtrend some more. So I was out of it the same minute at 389, which was right here is when I got out at 935, right here at the top of this bar candle, but not the wick. And yeah, that was the case there. It's still holding 39, and there is a humongous seller right there at 405, but it's still trying to hold itself, and that really is about it. There isn't anything else that I'm really interested in. Maybe this one could actually try to bounce, but this is actually not looking so bad for a bounce. I'm probably too late for this one. Yeah, that could have been a buy at 33. People are actually jumping in to support 33 now, so it can try to hit 34. I normally wouldn't be interested in something like this because it doesn't seem to trade very consistently, but the level 2 was super strong and it made up the difference, and it's also playing off at the same level as it was back here, so that actually wasn't so bad. Let's see if it actually continues the uptrend, but again, I wish I had more consistency. It's not very liquid, but that was interesting. And NWBO, I did see this one get to 83. It looks like it came back down. I'm not gonna trade this one unless it does something super obvious, and right now I don't see any of that. I'm gonna right now just see how off I was and how many shares I should have had, but that's one trade there with SYXX, morning panic bounce play. Okay, it is 10:09 a.m. and I want to make an update with the morning panic bounce plays, and it's definitely not going to be, I think, today as crazy as it was the other day with NWBO. So I might start to work on other things and casually be looking at the markets. But NWBO did do something nice in that, it kind of made a move towards the upside, then it held VWAP right here, and then it went to the 87s. But I'm a little iffy with this one. It even had like a dip slightly higher than this morning level, and then it continued the uptrend later. So that was pretty cool, but as of right now, there isn't anything I want to trade with NWBO, and I don't have that much experience, at least, or confidence, really, trading the stock after I had a really big red day the other day. Maybe today it can try to overall be like a big rebound day or something like that. It might just consolidate, might do nothing. It doesn't seem very predictable. As for SYXX, this one actually made a really nice move towards the upside. I don't mind wow. I don't mind my sell right here at 39, but I think what I could have done, and it is something I'm trying to get better at, is selling half of my position at VWAP when it gets there, and then hold the other half and risk either my entry or my original risk level, which would have been very close. And at that point, I would have been able to have maybe potentially have been a lot more profitable because it did just shoot up. Even with this sketchy price action, it made a really nice move. And besides that, there isn't anything else that I want to trade. And for PRCX, this one actually did do it. I would have had to have been there a little earlier, and I would have had to have bought at that 33 level before it transitioned to 34. And it did get much higher. It would have been kind of hard because it's not very liquid, but it did make a nice move over 10%. And that would have been pretty cool to be a part of, but that's fine. It's not the best setup. Although, again, I do like how it dropped and played off of this wick right here. I'll make an update later, but as of right now, there isn't anything that I want to trade. And as for SYXX, I did the math already. I should have had 7,000 shares. So, 15,000 shares is the default $15 risk level for a stock under 10 cents, at least how I calculate my size based off of a dollar risk level. But if it trades with a bit of a spread, then I divide it by half. And if it's really wide, like PRCX was a little bit, then at that point I might consider dividing it in half. So what I did was divide it 2 times. I should have had 7,000 shares instead of 3,500, and then that would have been according to a $15 risk level, which would have made me, made twice as much. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Great learning lesson here with SYXX, and I will make an update later. Okay, it is 9:03 p.m. and I am here to call it off. Overall, I am up on a day, $3.85, and that was one trade with SYXX that I should have traded 7,000 shares. I should have made twice as much today, and I've mentioned this a few times. I don't want to repeat myself again, but that is something I need to keep getting better at. Even though hindsight is 2020 and it obviously worked out here, this happens a lot where, it makes an uptrend, it consolidates at a certain level above the day low it just made, and then it makes a move above VWAP, and I want to be able to be a part of this, so that's definitely what I want to work towards and just try selling half. Other than that, there wasn't really anything else that I was interested in. It did kind of break the day high here, and I would have liked it maybe on a dip like here if it were to have broken this high right here and uptrended a lot, but it just went up a little bit and then it dipped and it kind of just did this and it dropped. And at this point, I was in the garage on my work laptop and I did see this, but this was some sketchy price action, so I never considered it. NWBO wasn't horrible, but again, a little anxious trading a stock after I had a big red day. That was really about it. And then this one actually did do a nice move over a longer period of time, but I would have been out very quickly if I were to have traded that. And this was nice for what it was, given how illiquid it looks. And yeah, that's really about it. Just that one trade there, and a few things I could have done better, but overall, just a good reminder of the lessons that I've learned, and the ability for me to execute better is something I need to keep working on.